Jai Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. To build a nation of great intellectuals, there are certain minimum regimen, educational foundation. Otherwise, you cannot make a great nation. Where are the intellectuals? We talk of legends. They have all gone. What is left behind? Veda, there were rishis. This Great Bear, 7 rishis are there. Vasishtha. All the 7 rishis are listed, and Vasishtha, Arundhati, his wife, are shown in every marriage in India. What is the significance? Our intellectuals should ponder, analyze, understand the significance of this Vasishtha and Arundhati, which are shown to every couple after marriage, so that their life will be guided. They are the guiding stars. And from that, they were all in Ramayana. The rishis were in Ramayana. Ramarajyam resulted from their preachings, message, and their own lives. They practiced what they preached. How they lived? In ashrams, austere lives. And they had no axe to grind in the modern parlance. They were interested only in the good of the world. Atmodharanaya Jagadhitaya was the Veda. Veda was the touchstone. Everything was tested with reference to Veda, just as we test everything with reference to our constitution. Constitution is amended, it can be changed, and different interpretations are there. But for Veda also, they gave different interpretations, no doubt. But a person who can understand Veda in the true spirit alone can give guidance. See, the degeneration naturally occurs. That is a natural phenomenon happening. A small seed grows, leaves, flowers, fruit, and then becomes dry wood, dies. The banyan tree, why it is taken as the Lord sleeps on the leaf? Because it has tertiary, the other roots. It will live on forever. Because the main trunk may fall off after some years. But then the other tertiary roots, it develops. So like that, for centuries, for thousands of years, a banyan tree can live. But then human expansion, they get cut off. It cannot expand like that. But then by the time of Bharata, Vyasa tried to categorize, compartmentalize the knowledge of Veda. That entails certain limitations, constraints. The pure Veda is lost. Otherwise, the war would not have occurred. In pure Veda, there was no question of any violence or the sort of genocide, massacre of beings, human beings. Because the Lord is in the human being. That was Veda. So how can it envisage killing of human beings, which happened in Bharata? Vyasa was there. His birth was such heinous. All the births, the story of the heroes of Bharata is really very sad and immoral. contrary to Vedic norms. That is why Ramayana had the purity, strength. What is the moral authority of the heroes in Bharata? They cannot claim a proper birth or legitimacy, whereas in Ramayana the things were different. Now you see the violence, the sort of ideas. Everyone is propounding himself to be a guru. This Guru Brahma, they are hanging to it, that they are all gurus. The word should be removed and nobody should claim to be a guru or a god. We are all atoms. Sun is the only guru, only God. Because everything, the light, energy, the greenery, the vegetables, the water, everything is related to the sun, flows from the sun, and it is burning out millions of kilos of material. E is equal to mc squared. So, matter is converted, sun is burning out and giving. Everything we get only from that converted mass of the sun. Who else can claim to be the origin of our species even? Read all the books, so much has been created about the origin of mankind, origin of the things. 24 lakhs, they have counted up to 20 or 24 lakhs of species. 84 was the Rishi's count. It's difficult to say. You cannot call it a bluff because many things which the Rishis claim are proving to be true. Nayamatma balahinena labhyate. That is what Veda fundamentally. A strong mind cannot go to guessing, given to chances, or we say so many things now. Accident, coincidence, serendipity, some of the things. No. The sun, that's why Einstein says, God never plays dice. So, the Rishis were sure about a thing. And that is why they said, Janami, I know about this, Nayamatma, Manyaf Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya. See, the Rishi proclaims, I have understood what is divine, what is the supreme. There is no other way. Can anybody say that? In Gita also he says, Yadechasi tadha kuru. The Rishi would not say that. You do whatever pleases you. No. Rishi says, I know and this is the way. That was the way of the Rishis. Now, we became slaves for 2 millenniums, nearly. And then, sycophancy, servility, see, that has entered into our DNA. So can we call ourselves real human beings? An independent mind is the quality of a human being. Because the animals, plants, other life forms cannot have independence as we understand independence to be. Human mind alone, human being alone can be independent. With the slavery, because we did not follow the Vedic rules of life and accepting the sun alone as the God and the power, the root, the origin of everything in life. If we had continued in Rig Veda that the sun is the only thing to be worshipped and followed and utilize the energies properly, because they said Ramarajyam. How was it? It is described. Sarvam muditamevasi sarva dharma paro bhavat Ramameva anupasyantu nabhyam parasparam. Why our scholars do not care to study Ramayana, at least that part of it which describes the situation, social. Yeah. There is a social equation, rulers and the ruled. How Rama ruled. What are the norms? He established. He said clearly, these are the things. The ruler is not above law. See, the Charles, the British, this thing, Magna Carta, if we study them, the king claimed to be the absolute supreme God. So he was beheaded. In India also, Na Vishnu Prithvipati. That theory was promoted. But Veda did not promote such a dangerous this thing. All are equal. Our rishis did not differentiate. Now you have 500 castes, 1,000 political parties, all the isms. Rubbish. In Vedic idea, thought, analysis, everything is equal. You deserve what you sow. As you sow, so you reap. Kashte phale was the fundamental rule. Kashte phale. Kushalan na pramaditavyam. There are certain astras in Veda. How many people know? I have not come across. 1 in million. I traveled the length and breadth of India in search of people who could draw the lessons from Veda. I was fortunate. I gave out. So, highlights. This highlights of Hinduism is the result of 30-40 years effort to bring out the truth to the world. Highlights. In a simple book, if somebody cares to see the false things are publicized. I have given a theory also. You cannot fool all the people, they say. You can fool all the people all the time, provided you have the budget and the people to carry it out. See, people are elected for life as the chief of a nation. Can there be more? And you have nominated a person as the chairman of a party. What are the qualifications? Can you just, is it the way you have to work in a democracy? For life you are a member of parliament. Can you not put only one time in 130 crores people, can you not find people who are fit to occupy the positions? You retire only one chance. Why retirement is prescribed? If you can go on for life and occupy chairs by nomination of somebody, what a wonderful situation. What are the intellectuals doing? They are mere sycophants. I am sorry to say, and I feel sad, that the intelligentsia in India has grown to such an extent. Millions are there. In my childhood, there were few people who can claim to have reached postgraduate levels. But now, my God, but what are they doing? They are not questioning anything. Questioning is the basis. Veda says, only a person who questions alone can understand the truth. Otherwise, if you are simply nod your heads like the sheep head mentality, slave mentality, as is there in the so-called intellectuals, they are not questioning anything. Unless you question, what am I? What have I come here for? That is what we have started. Analyze everything. Question your existence, your life, that is the quality of the mind, human being. This is practically absent in India now. And everyone, these gurus, they say, Guru Brahma. What are these gurus? Banish these gurus, all the gurus, put them in one scale of a, what is called? The scale. And then put Ram Ram, a slip of paper. It will outweigh all the gurus put together. Balance. In the balance, Krishna and all the wealth, tons and tons of gold, was outweighed by Rukmini putting a small twig of tulsi. It is told, these stories. The same way, all the intellectuals, all the books they have produced, stacks of philosophy, Veda, all this, put them in one scale, put a small slip writing on that Ram Ram in the other scale, it will outweigh. They tell the story also. Ganesha circling Ram Ram and becoming the chief of the celestials. This is commonly told, everyone knows. So that Ram Ram is so powerful, that vibration. They have given it up. Why Gandhiji took to Ramdhun? Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana, Sita Ram. You try to understand this sentence. Honestly, I have exhausted all these scriptures, Sanskrit, Kavyas, Telugu and Sanskrit, English, from Canterbury Tales, the different versions of Old Testament, New Testament, all this. And then the saints, many saints, great saints, they are all on the same wavelength with the our rishis. So, the latest, you have to, now they are so self-opinionated, they are not willing to hear, learn. See, the self-opinionated scholars cannot improve their intelligence unless they keep your mind open. An open mind alone can receive. The sunlight, if you close all the things, Veda starts, Rig Veda, Ano Bhadraha Rutavo Yantu Vishwasaha. Beautiful things. But now these are all closed minds. Fanatics. So that is why we are suffering. Let the intellectuals, so-called, keep their minds open and then learn from the rishis who have brought down the Vedic principles. Then that alone can take people to say this is the one. A bigger version is already published, but this is a smaller condensed version, but this shows the idea. Truth of Life. Saints Book of Solutions, latest. So, these saints alone can guide us and then take us forward. India can come out of this quagmire, this vortex of ignorance, idiotic approaches to democracy, opposition. Opposition, gurus, all these words should be shelved. Why oppose? What is opposition? Opposition, collaboration, cooperation. There is no other word. Like two hands, if they clash, you join them together, you can work. India is suffering because of the splinter groups asserting their own. See, the identity crisis and the egoism. Give up all this. The rishis did not even care to give their names in the Upanishads. I have given the Taraka Upanishad, which a small version which is already presented. That can outweigh almost all the 108 Upanishads I have. They are all of no use. See, like pepper boats. These intellectuals in India are heavy stones in the neck of Mother India. They are pulling her down. Let them introspect and work together as one team to make India. We have such resources. The resources in India, natural resources, endowments, the minerals, rivers, land, extensive. It will take many, many years to utilize them. We are squandering away every time and materials, burning away these religious people, homams, raise the smokes, clouds of smoke, drive away all the gods, divinity, spiritual forces from the earth. There is no, they are all obscure, irrelevant, archaic. See, these homams and all this are rubbish. Can you not have a scientific approach? Veda is scientific, practical. Understand? Jai Shri Ram.